I will not sugarcoat it. The cleaning business industry is more crowded today than it's ever been in the past. I mean, the game has changed. It used to be competing with maybe 15 companies, right? Maybe even 20 to 25 in your local area. Now that number is at least doubled. Why is that? Well, that we'll save for another video. This video is all about how I have and continue, as well as my students, how we're able to pierce through all that noise and not only get the clients we want, but get them to pay us exactly what we're worth. And actually, in some cases, having them beg a little bit. I'll show you exactly how to do that in this video. So no video, no edits on this video. This is just something that's so important. I want to get it out to you. So, I mean, honestly, if you're truly trying to grow this business from scratch, then you don't need any of that stuff. All right, so let's get to it. So what's the reality? Again, the reality is these businesses are popping up everywhere. Why is that? Well, people are looking for extra income would be my best guess. And this idea is you should go start a business. Now, I think business is a great idea for people who want to build an asset. But I think if you have a hustle and grind mentality, or if you have a side hustle mentality, you're ultimately not going to build the business you want in a lot of cases. Most people just end up building exactly what they're after, a side hustle. So because of that, when every time you Google cleaning services in your area, I mean, you are going to have endless amounts of companies to search through. This is the same reason why I tell people all the time, I don't run Google ads. In fact, I like to stay away completely from the things my competition is doing. And here's the fun part. I know for a fact my competition isn't doing what I'm doing, not at the scale that we're doing it at, because it's not fun. It's not comfortable. It's not even super easy, but it is simple. So, how am I able to put that aside? My method, because I'm talking about high ticket method. Put that aside for a second. Even if your method is great, even if high ticket method works, why would they pay you more when there's 50 other providers? It's all going to come down to human psychology. It always does. It's not just in cleaning, any business. You look at the entrepreneurs that you admire, the ones I admire, you're winning with having the best psychology, right? Like when I say branding on this channel, a lot of people will falsely understand that they think I'm just talking about colors. They just think I'm talking about a snazzy polo. This is not branding. It's a small part of it. It's a representation of the brand. But that's not what makes you want to work with somebody, the logo. At least it shouldn't, right? It's the messaging. It's the people. It's the mission. It's the purpose. That is what makes you want to work with somebody. I'll give you an example. Recently, I moved into a new home with my family, and I am working with a lot of grass. And I started calling different service providers. I searched ChatGPT. I was like, just give me a bunch of numbers. So I started talking to a bunch of people, and I was like, oh my God, there's more people than I know what to do with here. I just need someone who's going to cut my lawn, take care of my grass, and fertilize the lawn. I want that PGA Tour looking backyard. And everyone's claiming to do it. So how did I avoid the overwhelm? Well, I avoided the overwhelm by really thinking about what I was after. And then when I started talking to certain providers, some of them actually got that. They understood the assignment. So instead of talking to 50 different lawn companies, before I even started talking to anyone, just by viewing their messaging, I was able to narrow it down to 3 or 4 people. And then from there, getting 3 or 4 quotes, just talking to 2 of the 4, I was like, well, I certainly want to work with either of these 2. Why? Because they're speaking my language. They're like me. We share a lot of the same interests. And that's where the one who ultimately got the business, we were the most alike. He understood exactly what I was going for. He had a sense of humor, made it fun, made it like it wasn't stiff. So that won me over. And so you think, oh, is that like a one-off? What'd you tell me that story for? Well, those of you out there who are locked in with me, you want to work with people you know, like, and trust. That's not new. I didn't give you new information there. at least not new in business. It may be new to you if you're new to business, or if you've been doing this for a while and you just figured that out. Well, congratulations. It's very important information, and I'm glad you now have it. Hit that like button, because that's what sets us apart. I'll tell you an example of a recent contract I landed. It was an office, and they were very tight on their budget. They had talked to a few other companies. I personally went in, and we just had such great rapport. Such great rapport. I mean, just in there, I'm in there. I'm asking all about them. I mean, it started talking about how many bathrooms are we working with. I mean, by the end of the conversation, we're talking about, kids. We're talking about, this particular conversation, we ended up talking about our faith and how similar we see certain things. And now all of a sudden, it kind of feels like a friendship. Yeah. And so guess what? That budget, which was like locked in, it's like, hey, we want to do this, but we can't extend past $2,000. Near double. That's not a one-off. And I'm not saying everyone's going to double their salary just because you guys have the same worldview. That's not what I mean. But it means you render the competition powerless. Powerless. When you handle your business a certain way, if you can be that company, if you can be that person that they're like, yeah, this company, I don't know everything about them. I like it. Then I met the guy. I met the gal. Love them. This is great. I want to work with them. That's what happens in these meetings. You have 3 proposals on the counter or 5 proposals on the counter. They won't bring any more than that. But let's say you have 3 to 5 proposals on the counter. The decision maker who you met with, chances are they're gonna give their recommendation. They're gonna say, listen, I thought the other company was okay. I think these prices are all right, but I would say I had a chance to really talk with Mike for a while. I know they're a bit on the premium side, but he gets us. They're going to do such a great job here. And that right there is the magic, my friends. So what am I telling you? If I had to kind of if I want to broaden this idea out and just make it bite-size, positioning with your company is going to be everything. Your branding is going to help you get in the door. And once you're in the door, who you are is going to help you separate yourself. It's going to make the competition pointless, because I can guarantee you 80 to 90% of this industry still has no idea what they're doing when it comes to walkthroughs. They're still thinking about the next tech gadget. Oh, how exactly do you measure how wide the walls are? Baloney, homie. Baloney. I'm not saying none of that. It doesn't matter at all what size the account is. It doesn't. I'm kidding. But I do things a little bit differently. What I'm saying is you're focused on the wrong thing. There's a client there with a problem. When did we forget that? I want to challenge you to be nothing like people in this industry. If you are brand new and you're like, how am I going to break through? You're going to break through by setting your brand apart and then going in there and building on that know, like, and trust. And more times than not, they're going to choose you because your competition still hasn't figured it out yet. So even though there is more competition now than ever, if they're playing a different game than you are, then you really don't have much competition. And that gives you the ability to go in and charge what you're worth. And this is especially if you're a beginner and you're worried about experience. I tell the story all the time. My first high ticket account, I was so nervous. First dealership, I was so nervous. Because I'm like, oh goodness, they're going to ask me for, hey, what other big accounts do you have? I'm like, I don't know what to do, but I'm like, hey, you know what? It's going to be good experience. I'm going to go in there and I'm not going to get the place, but at least I'm going to have a good experience. And then maybe I can build on this. Went in there, same deal. We start talking about your problems, their problems, how many toilets there are. And then eventually we're talking about the Yankees. Eventually we're talking about Harley Davidson. Eventually after that, we're talking about, just plans for the summer, where he's taking his wife, where I'm taking mine, and just before you know it, landed contract. This is never going to change. I don't care what AI ever does. It's not going to affect people want to work with people they know, like, and trust. Do that, and you will dominate this game no matter your experience level. If that was massively valuable for you, hit that like button, subscribe, but more importantly, watch this video right here. It's going to show you how to get started.